Assalamualaikum friends. In this video we'll study non-progressive shock. As I have told in my previous video that a shock is a condition in which there is inadequate blood flow to our tissues, to our organs, so that organ deterioration and tissue deterioration starts. But there are three stages of shock. In this video we will study the first stage, that is called as non-progressive stage. As the word indicates, that non-progressive shock is a shock which can be maintained, which can be recovered by body's own compensatory mechanism, and it will not progress to a bad situation, to a worse situation. The second name for non-progressive shock is compensated shock. Here again the name indicates that it can be compensated by our own self, because our body's compensatory mechanism are now able to recover it, and this shock has not progressed to such a situation that will have to give some outside therapy. So body compensatory mechanism become active and they maintain the situation, they maintain the situation back to the normal. Now in this video the main focus is on these compensatory mechanisms. What are the compensatory mechanisms which are responsible for recovery of non-progressive shock? So first mechanism is baroreceptor reflex. Here baro means pressure and receptors mean sensors. What indicates that there are some pressure sensors in our body which sense the blood pressure and then send the reflexes to the brain to recover the situation back to the normal. Where these baroreceptors are present? These baroreceptors are usually located in our carotid sinus and arch of aorta. These baroreceptors are present there. As the blood pressure rises, as the BP rise, they immediately sense the increase in blood pressure and send the reflexes to the brain to lower down the BP again to the normal, and vice versa. As the BP is down, these receptors again will feel that there is some shortage and there is some lowering of blood pressure. They will send the reflexes to the brain to increase the blood pressure. Okay, so in shock there is low blood volume. When there is low blood volume, there will be low BP, low blood pressure. So these low blood pressure in our blood will be sensed by baroreceptors located in our carotid sinus and arch of aorta. And this is the first mechanism that is responsible for compensation of non-progressive shock. Now the second, this was the first. Second is CNS ischemic response. CNS. CNS means brain and spinal cord. CNS means central nervous system. Central nervous system includes brain and spinal cord. And now this word ischemic. Ischemia means that lack of oxygen. Lack of oxygen. So here again the name indicates that there is lack of oxygen in central nervous system, in our brain and spinal cord. When our blood volume and blood pressure is lowered whenever in the body, the flow and pressure towards the brain and heart is usually maintained at best level. But when there is too much lowering of blood pressure, the ischemia can also be felt. There will be also be lack of the oxygen in our central nervous system, and when this occurs, CNS ischemic response will be active. As long as our blood pressure is maintained to the brain, this will be not activated. But as our blood pressure will be lower or will hit 50 mm of Hg pressure, or lower than it, CNS ischemic response will be active, and it will strongly increase the blood pressure to the normal. This was the second effect. Now the third effect, reverse stress relaxation of circulatory system. Okay, reverse stress relaxation shows that our blood vessels always contain some volume of blood in them. In this response, in this reflex, the blood vessel will become constricted. Suppose this was the normal size, now this is the size. So these blood vessels will contract and propels blood to the circulation, so that the blood volume will be increased. That is how the reverse stress relaxation of circulatory system occurs, and this will also help in compensation of non-progressive shock. Now renin. Renin is a thing that is produced by kidneys, that is released by kidney whenever we feel some lowering of blood pressure. For renin, we have to see this, I have drawn here, that when there is lowering of, whenever the blood flow to the kidneys is reduced, the lowering of blood pressure will be felt by our kidneys, and in response to lowering of blood pressure, kidneys will release renin. Renin will act on angiotensinogen. Angiotensinogen is present in inactive form. Renin will act on it and convert this inactivated form into active form, which is called as angiotensin 1. Now angiotensin 1 is converted into angiotensin 2 by an enzyme present in our lungs. This activation was performed in kidneys, while the second activation was performed in lungs. When angiotensin 1 is converted into angiotensin 2, this angiotensin 2 will cause the vasoconstriction and will also cause the renal retention of salt and water. Now, when angiotensin 2 will cause the vasoconstriction, suppose this is the normal size of blood vessel, and because angiotensin 2 is released in our body and it is continuously vasoconstricting, it causes vasoconstriction inside our blood vessel. So the blood vessel will contract in response to angiotensin 2. And when blood vessels volume will be reduced, the blood will propels to the circulation, to the heart, to the brain, and this will improve. This will help in compensation of non-progressive shock. The second thing, renal retention of salt and water. We know that in shock condition there is low blood volume, there is low blood flow. So renal, our kidneys will start increasing the reabsorption of salt and water. There will be less production of urine. And more reabsorption of water and salt, and this retention of water and salt will help increase in blood volume and in turn blood flow. This is how renin acts. Now the fifth one, this was the fourth one, and now its fifth one is ADH. We know what is ADH. ADH is a hormone. ADH is also called as vasopressin, and it is released by our hypothalamus. And ADH is responsible for production of concentrated urine, because ADH helps in reabsorption of sodium, and the water follows the sodium, and here again the retention of salt and water in our kidneys, in our peripheral arterioles and veins. So ADH helps in kidneys in renal retention of salt and water, and will help in increase in blood volume, and this is how the ADH will help in our non-progressive shock recovery. Now the sixth one thing is epinephrine and norepinephrine. We know both of these hormones are released. Epinephrine is released by the medulla of the kidneys, renal medulla. So these epinephrine and norepinephrine are the hormones that help increase in our heart rate. But They will help in increase our heart rate, muscle strength. So both of these hormones will causes the increase in heart rate, and heart will beat more strongly than normal, and this will also help in increasing blood pressure back to the normal. Seventh thing is intestinal absorption. We know in our intestine, when there is digestion of everything in the after jejunum, in the ileum, there is startup of absorption, intestinal absorption, like proteins, fats, water absorption. Here, in case of shock, the intestinal absorption of water is also increased, so that blood volume can be increased. This is how this will help us. Eighth thing is thirst and craving of salty things. We will feel thirst. A person in a state of non-progressive shock, in the state of shock, will feel thirst and will feel craving for salty things. We know that whenever we eat salty things, we will drink water following it, because salty things are almost associated with water. So eighth compensatory mechanism will be that we will feel thirst and craving of salty things. These were the 8 mechanisms which become active in recovery of a shock situation. These mechanisms, when become active, they causes the recovery of shock back to the normal, and will help in non-progression of shock to the progressive stage or irreversible stage. This was all the mechanism, these were all the mechanisms that causes our that are the compensatory mechanisms that become active in non-progressive shock. Thank you.